I think the final part I'll make is this. Are the giants truly a good thing?
As a race?
For the world.
Yo,
for the world.
Yo.
Are the giants truly a good thing for the world? It's a complicated question.
So what?
Sebastian, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Remember what you just said about Garp like 2 seconds ago?
Hear me out.
This is what he on immediately after. What?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a complicated question for me. Throughout One Piece, we've been told time and time again that giants are dangerous. Oda has shown us the good in figures like Broggy, Dory, and even King Harold. But as a whole, their culture has always carried a dangerous edge. They wage wars, pillage not only other nations, but themselves. And many view humans as inferior because of their size. Even King Harold did this in the beginning. Their spirituality is deep and powerful, but it often takes extreme forms, seeing gods in everything and even believing that blood can be tainted if it isn't pure. That's the kind of thinking which leads to discrimination, which isn't at all that different from the celestial dragons. And we think they should be taken out. We've even seen a giant woman throw her newborn baby from Yggdrasil because of how he looked. Because of what? Her spirituality. Before Harold built bridges between these villages, Elbaf lacked cohesion, unity, and any real effort to improve their collective way of life. They once believed a baby could bring famine upon their land and punished outsiders for it, even though they have nothing to do with that baby. Even Loki himself suffered abuse from his uncle after his mother's passing for years. So when you really think about it, it wouldn't be surprising if the world government already considered giants a threat even before the ancient alliance was formed. The real question is, would you ally yourself with a kingdom of such immense power, yet such reckless culture? Can they truly be allies to humanity if they haven't even learned how to be allies with themselves? And if one giant goes out of control, how could they ever be contained in a regular citizen neighborhood? How many lives would be lost from a simple misunderstanding or miscommunication? To me, the answer is clear. No, it's not okay. There needs to be trust, and more importantly, a leader strong enough that even after they're gone, the people of Elbaf won't dare bring destruction. Their culture also needs to evolve. Certain ways of thinking must be left behind, and that takes time, obviously, right? Should they be allowed into the Reverie and join the world government? Yes. But should they be given full access to everything? Absolutely not. Safety has to come first, and right now they cannot guarantee that. Especially when we see how reckless the giant warrior pirates have been. It might seem like a double standard, for sure. But a human doesn't have the power to accidentally crush an old woman in their sleep. Giants are handicapped by their size. And while that makes them special, it also makes their gentleness and restraint even more of a greater strength, especially when they stand among those weaker than them, naturally.
It's a little racist, but I get what you're trying to say. But are humans not showcasing more danger just from their actions on a day-to-day basis than giants are in the One Piece world? Humans would be at the top of the, we do the most F here. Even though they're the weakest. Even though they're probably the weakest race, because there's more humans than anybody else, they do the most BS. I don't know that I can, agree. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes into, Harold never changed. He never met Ida. And now he was sailing out to different countries, different lands, different kingdoms, and just continued on that same note. And now you have all the other giants following their king, doing the same exact thing. I know I rip the giants a lot, but kind of shows that the only ones that are able to kind of stand up to the giants are the ones that are truly strong in the show, right?
I think I need a number of giants. I need a head count of how many giants there actually are, right? Because in Alabasta, there's millions of people there, right? How many giants are in Elbaf?
There's a lot.
It's not millions.
We don't know that.
I don't think it's millions. I don't even know if there's 200,000 giants in there.
So Lawrence just pointed out, right? Harold's 15. Mm-hmm. Rolling around in a ship, bumping NWA.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
He goes up to a random kingdom he knows nothing about, decides to kick the kingdom completely. And what happens? He can destroy an entire kingdom within a matter of minutes. Compared to a weaker species, which is us, right? The humans, compared to them, we have to take time to do something like that, to take a kingdom down. It would require someone of extreme rarity of extreme power in order to do something like that, where a giant can do that in minutes.
Yo, yeah.
So it's a double standard for sure.
You're saying this, and I don't know, we don't know the specifics, but like races like the Lunarians get wiped out because of the overwhelming number that the humans just have over them. They have that advantage. There's a limited number of Lunarians, and now there's only like one. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's more, but you get what I mean. Like there's just so many more humans that it doesn't really matter.
So what did it take to do that though?
We don't know.
It took the collective of the alliance.
With Lunarians, we don't know. We don't know what happened there with that.
For sure, we don't. But we know that more than likely, it took a massive force in order to take them out. All right, so let's say an Elbaf king who never changes decides to go, you know what? Let me just link up all of Elbaf. And let's just start taking everything over. So these little affiliated nations that take forever to get to, and meanwhile, they don't have devil fruits. But let's just say they start coming across devil fruits now. Now we're talking about giant Logias. You know what I'm saying? People who are able to create massive constructs.
I get what you're saying.
Because of their size, because of their power.
You can't, you're basically saying that the world government should be allowed to discriminate against the giants because of the danger that they potentially can do.
Yes.
That spits in the face of everything you just said about Garp, bro. That's being that. You get what I'm saying? You are contradicting yourself, technically.
But what I'm saying is I'm also respecting their strength. I'm respecting the fact that if a giant who believes in being war-torn consistently and is always at war and wants to test his strength and wants to do this, this, and that, he lives a life of war. It's not like I'm saying these are peaceful giants. No, they're giants who respect war.
Hold on. Dory and Bragi are war-torn giants. They are. Yes. They live that life. They are still considered good, peaceful giants to us. Like, you can be this, you can love war and fighting, etc., and not enslave. Like, humans are enslaving people. The Celestial Dragons are actively enslaving people. We have not seen any giants doing that. Yes, they can take out, they have the capability to take out kingdoms. Maybe I'm naive. You have to be willing to allow for people to change.
The point I'm trying to make is like a random giant who believes in war, their mind hasn't changed off of it, happens to land in Syrup Village, and he's just chilling. And for some reason, a miscommunication happens. Who's there to stop him?
There will be nobody in Syrup Village that can stop him.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's the respect of your strength that even, because they're still humans, right? Like, it's even been called out by Nami that they're bigots, right? Because of the way they treat each other. They're no different from humans. So I have to expect that giants are no better than humans when it comes to rationality, to the emotional spectrum. They all are going to be able to get angry if something terrible happens. You never know what's going to happen. So my point is, even if they accidentally rolled over because they were sleeping and a child was nearby and they didn't realize, that child would pass away.
So what was your stance on, and this is a different manga, what was your stance on how they treated the Uchiha? Because they treated them in this way where they had to tippy-toe around their inclusion in the village. Yeah. And they made them the police force, and people considered it redlining, and there was negative connotations behind all of the decisions that were made there as far as racism, etc. But they still integrated them in that way. They just were monitoring them at the same time. What you're asking for seems similar to me.
No, it's not similar.
Okay.
Because the Uchiha themselves were never told why their eyes happened to gain this massive amount of power, right? Toby collectively to himself was like, yo, to the upper elders, this is what I've studied. This is the research I've come to a conclusion with. And this is why we need to do what we do for the Uchiha. There was never more counseling for the Uchiha. There was never more programs to keep Uchiha from like falling into dismay because they lose a loved one. I'm not saying that the Uchiha weren't good for the world or they were bad. I'm saying that you have to respect a race's strength. And you also have to prepare if that strength is being misused, even if it's accidental.
I'm fine with preparing for outcomes, but to generalize and be like, yo, we got to do this as a contingency no matter what. Or maybe even not a contingency. It's like proactively.
Put it this way.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like my bad, Lawrence. It's like Batman.
No, I was going to bring that up.
Okay.
Batman with the Justice League.
Well, y'all know how I feel about bats, but keep going.
No, but Batman with the Justice League. He's like, yo, Superman is amazing. He could do everything he needs to do for the world. Wonder Woman 2, Flash, amazing. But there is a potential that they will just go array from their actual path. And I need to have something in order to protect the world from them, even though it might not be their intent. It's just that they possess something that is dangerous and they're the only ones that are willing it.
But even Batman is willing willing to work with those people on a day-to-day basis.
But that's what I'm saying. You can work with the Giants. You just need to know that the Giants have also this strength. And if they got out of control, we need to somehow be able to control them from accidentally murking somebody that they didn't plan to murk. You have to respect their strength. That's their gift in life, right? Their size. That they consume massive amounts of food. You can't just be like, yo, there are people and they need to be accepted and they need to do whatever they please.
I think simply put what Larry's saying, he's not agreeing with the world government, because what they're doing, it's pure selfishness and their own agenda. But Larry's just saying that you could coexist with people, but you also got to keep in mind and prepare for the worst possible situation.
I'm fine with contingency plans.
Yeah.
But to me, like, that's what the Marines are for. If the Giants ever start wilding out, the Marines are supposed to be in place to try to handle that. And they're not set up to do so in the best way, but they are the largest, most nebulous organization of fighters that they have. They're going to be continually throwing people at them. They'll have to send GARP out and things like that, but that's what the Marines are for.
But that's what I'm saying, like, in a way, that's racist. Because now every Giant has to be accompanied by a Navy soldier just in case they start walling out. That could take them down.
I'm not even saying I'm saying the Marines as a general organization, period. So if something happens, you call the cops. Something happens, you call the Marines. And hopefully they can handle the situation. It can't be preventative to me. That's my issue. It has to be reactionary.
It has to be regulated.
If it's preventative, to me that screams racism. If it's reactionary, it's this happened and now we're dealing with what happened here.
You can't do that either, because why? The world has viewed these people as what they were. This is not, yo, they just decide to change one day, we should all just scream kumbaya. No, like, even now, Harold's trying to change their culture. They don't even have a school.
So what's the answer?
The answer is you have to be able to regulate them until their culture has changed, which is what they should have done with Harold.
But I'm asking you, what's the implementation that you're asking for?
Time.
Time?
You have to have time.
So it's just not time yet?
It's not time yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's not time yet.
I thought you were going darker.
No. You need to build schools. Harold didn't build a school until like 13 years after the storyline started, where we are with Luffy. If he built the school earlier, if he built multiple schools, if he was able to teach people more about democracy instead of just pillaging, all of these little countries, they didn't even mess with Harold until recently. So they've just been killing each other the whole time. They're known for this, bro. Most of them are not Dory and Bragi.
So an education is needed. And someone brought it out too, where like they mentioned Roto. If you look at what he did, he kind of, when he got a little power over those humans,
he was a little wild.
He kind of enslaved them.
He was wild.
Bro.
Yeah, he kind of did. Yeah, I would say so.
And think about it. He's New Giant Warrior Pirates that did grow up with a school.
So the school ain't the end. No, I'm playing.
So
he wasn't in the school.
I don't know.
We just need a leader of the Giants to instill culture change where it's not violence.
Harold is doing that.
He's doing that now.
Now isn't the time. He's rushing it, is what you're saying.
I don't think he's rushing it. I think he's doing the best he can. It's just that you can't rush the ability to say, hey, we should trust Giants just because of their strength. That's racist to me. You have to say, yo, we have to trust Giants because they're trustworthy. Therefore, when they start adding to the world, right, in a specific way, and it's not through violence, then we can start talking like, hey, this is a beautiful place to visit. We should have Giants everywhere because they're actually aware of their strengths.
How much time do you think would be required to get a gauge of that?
It's going to be maybe hundreds of years. Yeah.
Well, I think certain Giants can prove that they are. Like, for example, Harold, to me, proved that he can, mingle with regular humans because the way he is, right?
Yeah.
And I'll probably give, all right, if Harold's one, Dora and Bragi, maybe, I'm not sure about them. The kids, some of them, aside from Colin, maybe not. But, like, the other one's good. But Harold's one, Dora and Bragi, and Ida. You don't let out all the Giants because some of them might be more like Roto or like Loki or whatever, who are just like forget.
But that's people in general. Like, there's gonna be bad apples. Like, there's not a monolith of culture for any race. There's gonna be people who do bullshit.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
like,
always
that's
gonna be people that
It's
do
just
that.
sucked for the Giants that the strongest, most notable people have been Dory, Bragi, and Harold right now, where it's like, yo, we're the strongest guys around and we do these things.
Put it this way. Ida's not even a part of Elbaf. She's not a native. And what was happening to her on an island? She was being taunted as a giant
Yeah.
from Elbaf. And what did she have? Sharp teeth.
Sharp teeth, the horns.
She was scaring people. Like, this is the way humans think about them. In order for humans to be able to coexist with them and not be afraid of them, giants have to make a culture change.
I agree that time is needed to change the generation's view of giants.
Yes.
Has to be shifted.
Absolutely.
On some level, if you integrate them into the world government in the way that Harold's trying to do, could fast forward that timeline.
Absolutely. But you have to respect that, like, maybe we need somebody that is of a giant strength, or maybe even another giant from the Navy that could be like, yo, you can live here, but we have to have this as a safety precaution because you're so much stronger than everybody else.
Say Harold became an admiral. That would do not work numbers for that. But that's what Garp is asking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make him the hero of the Marines. Whether it's BS or not, but like that's what Garp is trying to do.
Yeah.
That would change the view of the Giants to
The only
society.
thing that would suffer for Harold is that even though he is that, technically, there's nobody at Elbaf bringing that culture to them. Because he's always going to be an admiral at Marine Ford or doing something with the Navy, right? He's just not going to be able to change Elbaf's culture the way he needs to be there.
Yeah.
But he needs to be there. Like, Harold is the first point towards that change for the Giants. And when they start getting that look across the world that they're not beings who will just ravage our lands, because honestly, that's what they were doing. They started becoming, look what Harold did to these countries that he visited. Yeah. He showed democracy. He showed trade. He showed kindness, right? And then they ended up bringing food to Elbaf. They weren't even scared to come to Elbaf because remember, humans would never go to Elbaf because they were terrified of them. They knew they couldn't compete with their strength, and now they're making them food. It's all about the culture change, and you need to do that with every single village in Elbaf, not just the kingdom itself.
Okay. I like that. This is a good conversation. I like it.
But that's what I'm saying with the Uchihas, that was completely wrong. Like, Toby went full racism, but he also went full safety protocol. You can't do that to a people. You can't redline them. You can't make them the police force where they're directly going to be antagonizing civilians because they're doing wrong. It just makes them more of the enemy. Toby Rama was actually effed up because he didn't build anything else to help Uchiha. He just made Uchiha a force to reckon with and to be feared still, to keep up that discrimination. Where Uchihas shouldn't just had a village, a part of the village. They should have been scattered throughout.
Hey, man.
And I guarantee you they wouldn't have did that coup if it was like that. But anyway.
Maybe not.